get everything set up. Let's go over some margins here. We're checking out Ape. Ape is actually on the move here. We need to call this out. Ape's going to be a long, and on here, give me 1 second. I don't know why we're not getting into this a little bit earlier. Ape. Now, what I want to kind of do is go over futures. Let me get this set up to where we're going to use KuCoin for futures here. Ape has a nice little 4% move right there. All right, here we go. All right, so now when you're using futures, let's get this Ape long call out for what we got here on Ape. Let's see here. Oh, messing that up. All right, so let's say we want to do some futures here. Let's pull up the test account here. So basically any KuCoin account will work. We use KuCoin. If you have anything in your main account, you can use to basically just transfer over to your trading account, turn it into USDT. Once you turn it into USDT, you hit the word transfer right here, and then you transfer whatever it is into your futures account. Bada boom, bada bing. And that's how you get over to futures. Now, if you are doing in a margins account, go ahead and click on margin. Let's see if there's anything going on over here. All right, so right here we have USDT. We have quant at 100 here. And that should have been a buyback in. All right, so let's take a look here, and basically we use quant as an example here. So if you're using margins, right, you're going to get your money over to margins. All you're going to do here is, let's say you're going to work on quant. You're going to pick up QNT, and you're going to pick up quant right here, and then you're going to put transfer. When you hit transfer, it's going to take money from your trading account, your main account, or whatever you have, and it's going to put into your isolated, right? The amount will pop up here. You pick your amount, you hit confirm, and then what will happen is it'll pop up right here just like it did, $100 right here. And then what you do from that point is you hit borrow. Now, if you're buying long, that means you want to borrow USDT, right? So everything it brings you to is USDT. If you have any problems with it finding an amount, you just hit cross, go back to isolated and reset it. That way it makes it easier for you. Now, if you want to short a coin, then you need to change the coin from USDT. You go up here. So if we were shorting quant, we would go to quant right here, and we would borrow quant instead. But since we're going along, we're going to borrow USDT. Now, once you pick the amount that you're going to borrow on USDT, whether it's 25, 50%, or 75, or 100, you then get rid of the days here. And this works for shorting as well. You just hit borrow. Once that is done, you will see where we're at on this amount here. You go over to margins, and bada boom, bada bing, they have it in USDT because you are going long. And then all you want to do is go to trade. Click on trade. And now what we're going to do is basically get into a trading here. We're going to buy 100% of quant, which honestly, okay, all right. The platform total quant holdings in the margin market have reached the maximum limit. That's why we didn't buy quant when it was 150 bucks. Okay, so I was wondering like why that wasn't purchased in quant, but what has happened is the margins, they don't have any more quant to actually lend out. So now it's all, you can't even use margins on quant. So let's go ahead and take this money out. Let's go ahead and settle up, right? So let's say you want to settle up. Here's your debt to ratio right here, $90. You hit repay. And you can, if we borrowed quant, we would have hit quant and pay back quant, but we have USDT. So we're gonna hit that. We're gonna hit confirm. That's gonna pay back and leave whatever's left. So this 10 bucks right here. Let's transfer this out of here to get it over to our trading account. Just hit this little arrow here so it's correct. Isolated margin to the trading account, right? Once again, because we are in the isolated margins and we're taking money out, we need to hit this little arrow in the middle to change where it's going. It's going from the isolated to the trading, and we're going to select all 10 bucks. Now that's over there in trading. Now we go up here, we go to our trading account. So let's say that we want to do ApeCoin, right? So if you want to do ApeCoin, you go over to your margin account, and you would click on isolated up here, cross to isolated. You would type in ApeCoin. And once you have ApeCoin up, you would hit transfer. And we have that money, that $10 in the trading account, and we want to take it to the isolated account. It's not showing up right now is because it's in, it's being transferred around. So we have to go back over here to the trading account, and we need to wait for it to actually show up here. There it is. And now let's go back over to our margin account. Let's type in Ape. And now we can hit transfer. And now we can transfer that $10 from the trading account to the isolated. It pops in here, and now we go to borrow because we're going to borrow more money on Ape. And if we're doing a 10x, this is where we're going to set up. So our 10 bucks is worth $89 to borrow, which totally equals $99. And we just hit get rid of these right here. We hit borrow, and then that money would be available in Ape. And there you go. So now Ape has 100 bucks that we can put into margins. You just hit trade, and this is a 10x because you're at 89.9%. All right, so now let's repay this, and let's say that you wanted to, and because it's USDT, we're just going to repay the USDT. All right, now let's say you put 10 bucks of Ape, but you want to short Ape, right? So when you go to borrow, if you want to short Ape, you would do the opposite. You would go up here and you would type this into Ape, and then you would pick Ape, and then you would borrow 19.6 worth of Ape, which is $89. And that way you can basically borrow Ape and then sell it at a very high price, trade it away. And then that money, when you sell the money that you borrowed, it would then become USDT. And that money in the USDT inside the margins is what you use to buy back Ape at a lower price. And the lower price is what you keep. So if you bought Ape at $1 or $5 and it went down to $4, right? Let's say you sold it at $5, it went to $4, and you bought it back at $4. You keep the dollar per coin, right? So now what I want to do is I don't want to actually use Ape in margin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this Ape $10 out of here. And I'm going to change this from trading to isolated because I'm actually going isolated to trading. And let's confirm that up. All right, so now we're going to go back over to our trading account because what we're going to do here is use futures. There it is. Let's go ahead and hit transfer. We're going to take that 10 bucks and we're going to hit this over to futures, and we're going to confirm. Now we're going to go to futures, and what we're going to see is that $10 is going to be available in the trading position, right? And how you get to trading is you go all the way to the right. There's a little trade button, click it, and now you're in the format to actually do trades inside of futures. All right, so now let's take a look here, and we want to get into what are we trading here today? Are we trading Ape right now? Is Ape looking good? Ape looks good. So let's go. Let's take a look at Ape and see how much we can actually get on Ape. All right. So let's get back over to our futures. Let's type in Ape here. APE. There's our Ape. Let's see how much futures that we have on there. what is going on here? Okay, there we go. Internet, KuCoin issues, everything having issues. All right, so let's see here. So here's our ape. We're going to make our move. Now, ape right here is if you slide to the right of futures, this tells you how much you can exit. Now, this does have a 50x, so this is something that I want to get into at 50x. So let's take a look at ape. Before we enter, we need to drop down. We need to take a look at the 1 minute. The 1 minute RSI is coming down here. So what we're going to do here is we need this RSI to come on down and bounce off of this, either this support line or this line here at 456. But as soon as this RSI starts to bend, then we're going to go into a long. So we're going to start prepping this over here, maybe getting this, go ahead and guessing at 456 total. And we're going to do 100% of the $10 that we had, right? $10? Yeah. And what we're doing is we're just watching our price here as it goes down. Yeah, look at that. Look at Abe giving up right there. This is going to give us a nice little entry, hopefully, in this range here, 456. 2. Take a look at the 3 minute, kind of get an idea of the range of what's going on here. But yeah, so here's the 3 minute started to break down early, which is good. So we can also wait on the 3 minute, and the 5 minute is starting to bend. So we're in a consolidation here. So we're going to wait for this to come down completely before we enter. The key here is never to really rush. All right, so that's just trading right there. All right, so how you use futures is real simple. You go in here, you click on here, and if you're going into a short, obviously, buying a little bit high will help the short out by going to 66 because you're trying to buy so that you can get into your trade quickly. But the best thing to do is as soon as you get this clicked, have your 100 or whatever, whether 25, 50% of your money that you have available or 100, whatever you're doing, make sure that's already picked. Make sure your 50x is already picked. Make sure you're putting in your stop loss, here. And this is how it works right here. We're going to go long, right? So we're going to click here, right? We're going to hit this. And then we're going to do that. We want to take 100% profit, and we're willing to lose 30% on a short. And then if you hit buy long, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You put in your order, and that will drop down, and there you go. So now we have an ape entry here. On a long, we got in at entry price 456.6, and that's where we're at right now. So now over here on Chainlink, this is the video we just put on TikTok. We went and grabbed it real quick, just showing that, and this is how you can get yourself set up. And then over here, let me open this up. As you can see right here, let's see. Now what I want to show you guys right here is this section right here. So this is your stop losses right in this zone here. And you can see you can click on this little square box, and then you can set a stop loss, stop make, whatever you want on this already. So for Chainlink, since we're already in profits, we're up 46% right here. What we're going to do is hit the take profit and the stop loss area. And we're going to say that, let's see, what to say, profits. And you always want to see the price. So click on Chainlink so that it's on the coin that you're actually trading. And let's make sure the price is a little bit higher up there, so that way when we hit the limit, we can see where we're at. So we're at 733, right? So if we were gonna do 100% of our money, meaning that we get a complete double out of it, it needs to reach $7.389. 150% of our gain would be 746, and 200% would be 753. So we're gonna go for the 7.53, and then on the stop loss, since we're already at 730, we're gonna put this at 5%. And since we're already that high, we're not going to take any loss on this. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up at, we're just going to move it up ourselves to 727. I'm going to do 728 just because I want to take profits if I have any problems. So let me confirm that, and there we go. And now I have my stop. See how it says right below here? It says take profit, stop loss, stop profit right in there. And that little section right there, that's what you want to look at. And now you can hit that little square box right there and you can set that in. So now we're already set up to take money on our Chainlink as well. And Ape is still coming down, and when we put in Ape, we put in that stop loss and etc. So what it did was it stopped itself out and got rid of it, the trade, because Ape was still going down. And that is how you use futures. So now we have it here. Let's see if there is a trade that we want to get into here. So let's take a look at, I don't know, Ethereum, right? So Ethereum, let's take a look at Ethereum. So we have Ethereum here at 1330. The RSI on the 3 hour is going flat, so that's probably going to go flat. But we look good for a push here. Probably about another hour, we'd see a nice little push on Ethereum. Another hour, we see a nice little push on everything. You know, for me, if once this daily goes green here, then we're going to have a nice little push for Ethereum. So we're just waiting on that to happen. But with Ethereum getting the nod right here, we could probably go in here. Let's do an Ethereum long. All right, because Ethereum long, we can sneak in here and do like a 100%, but we got a 75x, right? So we're gonna go TP long 1332, right? We need that to come down, and we're gonna take profits at 100%, and we're only willing to lose 15% on that, right? So let's get this set up. 100%, 15% buy long. Boom. Now we're in. And here's your Ethereum. And you're up 4% on Ethereum right now. And your entry price was 13,330. So we're catching it on a nice little push. We're 5% right now. Remember, we're working off a 75x over here. So this is where you want to make sure you have a really good entry. Let's take a look at Chainlink on the overall. Yeah, Chainlink looks like we're going to push up to that 750 line. So we do like where we're at there. Everything is still green. The 2 hour is still green. The 3 hour hasn't turned green yet. So that's what we're really waiting for to see our big push. And then we want the 50 to come back up and start heading above. But we're working our way into a half decent market right now. Alright, so we need ETH to put, oh, there you go, look at that. There's your Ethereum already touching its first target right there. But we need this to push up a little bit more because we want to see where we're at. So let's set this to where we have it, which is 1330, right? 1330, right about there. And then what we want it to do is when it reaches this 200 moving average, that's 2.7 And we're doing 75x, so that would be 150, so 220%. So we're looking for a 220% on this. Right now we got 4%, we got 30% on Chainlink. Now to close out of your order, you simply hit limit, and then here's your price, $13.31. You put that up there, $13.31, whatever the price is here, and then you sell how much you want to sell, whether you're selling 50% at a target, and there are 25% at target 1, 50% at target 2, 75% at target 3, whichever. This is how you do it, and then you just confirm. And then if you didn't get in at a good price and you need to change it, then your order will be right here on open orders, and then you need to click on open orders and get yourself, cancel out your order, and then do it again, start over, or just hit limit again, and then it'll cancel it out itself. But that is how you do your futures, guys. All right, man. Any more? We're going to continue to make more of these videos just to help you guys out, keep you up to date. So keep on the lookout. They'll just be right here on the YouTube channel.